Hey gang, Hammersville here. So as you can see, I'm taking out the Daring, which I have a literal handful of games in at this point. I really like the ship. I like really the whole line, from Jervis on up. Lightning is one of my favorites. But still, this is a very new ship to me. So you can see here, we've got CV on each team, and a little bit of radar to contend with. And I'm spawning just south of the Alpha Cap. You can see that I'm radio located. I want to get close, but I don't want to get so close that I don't have an AA bubble that I can run to. So I want to stay reasonably close to the Minotaur if I can. I can always fall back on smoke at need. And I see that there are torpedo planes. I'm a little less worried with torpedo planes. If those are rocket planes, I would probably be riding along in the Minotaur's hip pocket. I'm still pretty close, but I'd be much more concerned if they were rocket planes. So I'm looking at the fact that we've got a couple battleships there that are, before too much longer, going to be within torpedo range. I can see one enemy gearing. There's a Kremlin, and a little green dot above him suggests that he is continuing to move forward, so maybe I can throw torpedoes his way and they might have some chance of connecting. It's becoming more doubtful as I'm watching that move behind the island there, but maybe I'll throw some out there just on the off chance that maybe he'll straighten his line relative to me and turn just a hair, just enough to slow him down and keep him where the torpedoes can hit. Now you just never know, when you're firing at max range on your torpedoes. And these are not especially fast torpedoes. What the enemy captain may decide to do. It won't take much change in direction or speed for him to completely avoid the torpedoes. And it looks like he's pretty much come to a stop there, and you can see the green-yellow dot above him. And that suggests that he's maybe thinking about reversing. So, plane spotted by what remains of that torpedo strike group. So now the bad guys know where I'm at for sure. And you can see that my torpedoes are not going to hit the mark. Now we've got friendly gearing, Smolensk, Minotaur. It's a lot of Daka for us this side, but we're contending with a Kremlin, Kurfürst, and a Tirpitz.
All stations, protect that target.
Now our boys on the other side, they look to be a little outgunned. It's really just the Tirpitz and the Otago. Bismarck's headed that way. And our gearing is coming this side. And I have to chuckle because, I saw... Well, I got detected right here. I saw the friendly Captain Insano, which is from an Adam Sandler movie, and that's something you probably already know. But we have a Captain Insano in ICOP, and so you can imagine my surprise when I saw that. Spelling's a little different. That poor Gearing, he never had a chance. So, what do I like about the Daring? Well, I like the fact that it has pretty decent stealth. Yeah, you can see the little circle there. It's 5.8 kilometers to be spec for. And a lot of Daka. The reload on the guns is fantastic. The AP can actually hurt things.
Torpedoes to starboard.
And the HE's not bad either. And it's got a really quick reload. Torpedoes can be single-fired, which I love. That may be my favorite thing about the Royal Navy destroyer line. it allows you to really focus one spot if somebody's just camping, or it allows you to control the gap between your torpedoes if you're trying to cover an area. It doesn't always mean you're going to hit something, but in my opinion, it increases your chances. So I really haven't done much at this point. We're 5 minutes, 5 seconds in. I've only got 6,600 damage. I did help secure a cap, but my contribution there was minimal. If you watch some of my other videos, you know that I contend that really job one is to stay alive and look for opportunities to make a difference. And thus far, that's really all I've done. You know, I managed to avoid taking any damage when I was spotted by planes. And now I'm just looking for an opportunity. And right now I'm kind of thinking my next opportunity is probably going to be this grosser code first. Kremlin was just about dead. I think I did a little less than 3,000 damage to him. So I've got on my port side Charles Martel, but he's really out there, and he's probably focused on the ships that are chasing him into the corner there. So I'm just looking at the curve first. I've got 30 seconds left on my torpedo reload. Keeping an eye on the turpets, I want to make sure he doesn't turn out toward me. And if he does, I want to have torpedoes ready. But it looks like he's actually turning south, further into the Bravo cap. And it looks to me like they're probably going to flip the cap. You can see the enemy gearing coming in. I want to keep an eye on that. And looking at his angle, I'm wondering if he isn't A, trying to get back out of being spotted by the planes, and B, positioned to be able to help secure this flank. Now I'm going to throw a whole bunch of torpedoes out, and they're pretty widespread the way that I spread them out there. And I'm just hoping Crew First will keep his line more or less straight, that he won't slow down or speed up, and that his goal is to get behind those islands to minimize the fire that he's taking from all of our larger ships that are south and west of me. And if he does that, well, then I'll probably be able to hurt him here.
Concentrate fire on the designated target.
Yeah, it's not looking too bad. He is turning out just a hair, but not going to help much. There's at least 3, maybe 6 that are going to hit him. Yeah, that's not too shabby. And you'll notice too that the way that I spread the torpedoes out, I tried to leave a gap time-wise between the first section of torpedoes that hit him and the second, in case he repaired after that first 3 struck his ship. Now I'm just trying to get a fire. If I can get a fire, he'll burn for a while. Ran out of my smoke. A little embarrassing. Okay, there's the fire. That's really all I needed to accomplish there. Now you'll see that Daring does have heal. If you spec your captain for it, you can get 3. I am not spec for that, so I don't have that. Now my smoke's out, and I'm probably going to take some fire here. But I'm going to try and help finish this Charles Martel. There's a Minotaur following behind him, got a Smolensk down there, and I'm expecting probably others are going to be putting some fire on him. But if not, my rate of fire will probably be sufficient to really help out. And, yep, the Mino got him. So right now I'm just, I'm looking at Kurt first, and he's managed to stop the bleeding with 571 hit points left. So, of course, I'd love to be able to finish him off, but, realistically, probably somebody else will get him before I can. So, the focus now shifts to Vladivostok, and I have to remember that, there's an enemy gearing over this way, and I also know that there's a Cleveland somewhere in that area, kind of in the direction that I'm looking right now. I'm trying to spur my compatriots on to make a push into the Bravo cap, because while we do have a points advantage, that will not last long. and we're also down one ship.
All stations, concentrate fire on that target.
So there's the Cleveland. I really want to avoid getting radared. I'm hoping somebody, like our Ohio, somebody with some big guns, will splatter him. Now these torpedoes are meant for the Vladivostok. Yeah, there's a good chance he's going to turn in, but you just never know. I was tempted to only let about half of the torpedoes go, but he's big and he might be feeling relatively safe behind the island there. So I was really counting on him not changing his speed and direction. Yeah, I think he sees him coming. That's 1, 2, 3. It looks like that's it. And one of the beauties of the Royal Navy destroyer line is that the smokes, while they don't last very long, you get a whole bunch of them. So I'm going to try and create a little bit of space here. And I'm looking to make sure somebody else is going to have him spotted. At this point, I'm thinking probably our Mino does have him spotted. So I'm going to go ahead and smoke up.
Smoke generator activated.
I think he sees my smoke. He's wanting to turn into it already. Now, why did I do this? Well, of course, if I get fires, they're going to burn a while. I know he repaired. But in addition to that, if he turns to avoid a torpedo strike, which, I've only got 20 seconds till they're back up, he's going to be showing a flag broadside to everybody that's on that northern corner of the island over there, the Smolensk, Otago, Minotaur. So there's the chance that he's going to take damage from others, so you can see some other incoming fire. It may not be a lot, but sometimes if you can get a battleship to turn like that and show us broadside, they'll take a real beating.
Fire.
So he's, of course, blind firing into the smoke, and my smokes, they don't last that long. Got a whole bunch of them. They don't last all that long. So now I'm just going to, I'm trying to finish him off. I know I'm visible. I'm going to narrow my profile. And he's, of course, gunning it. And it looks like he's going to outrun my first batch. But I think, I went a little bit wider on the second batch in case he did put the pedal to the metal, and he did. And I don't think he's going to be able to escape those. 1, 2, and it would have been 3, but okay, so Vladivostok is down, and we've got a Mino and the Bravo cap. Now, obviously, the gearing is still in there. So at this point, I have a decision to make. Do I help at Bravo, or do I go for Charlie? I decide I'm going to go for Charlie. Primarily just to stop their points. Yes, we have a points lead. Yes, we have a ship's lead. But anybody that's played this game any length of time knows that things can change really quickly. Okay, so our Minotaur goes down, and it just becomes more and more clear to me that
Stations, proceed and capture that area.
The best bet is to have our larger ships try to get into the Bravo cap, slow their points, while I race for Charlie. And my hope is that I'll come across the gearing. Now you can see that I've got radio location on this captain, so you can see the little semicircle that's, well, right now just to the left of the Bravo cap indicator, now just above it. So that's giving me some idea of where the nearest ship is in terms of direction. It doesn't give me distance, but it does tell me the nearest ship to me. So I know that the gearing is closer than the Grosse Kurfürst. And I, of course, can see the smoke there. It doesn't mean that he's still in the smoke, but he probably is. Now you can see on the minimap, the CV is looking for me. He is actively searching for me. So I have to, A, make sure my AA is off so that it doesn't, because it would be firing right now otherwise. And I want to turn to avoid getting spotted by the planes. Now you can see it's a tiny little green highlighted circle that's right around my ship on the minimap. That's
reporting the position of a strategic target.
And there's the gearing. That's my AA detectability range. So as long as I can keep those red planes outside of that little circle, I'm good to go. I don't open up here for two reasons. One, it's kind of toward the edge of my range. I mean, as you can see, a 12.8 kilometer range. Shells get a little floaty toward the end. And my goal really here is just to be in position to surprise him if he gets out of sight like he did right there. Because more than likely he's going to run And I'm going to get detected here no matter what I do. So the goal was to position myself to prevent him from being able to come back this way. And now that he knows I'm here, remains to be seen. I can get some shots over the island. Maybe I can get a fire started on the curve first.
Battle ends in 5 minutes.
And I have to be aware of the possibility of torpedoes here. So you can see the indicator. And what's that telling me? Well, it's telling me there's only one ship left, and it's telling me it's the Kaga somewhere out that way. So I'm going to tell my friends. Now, this turned into a little bit of a raffle stomp here at the end. It was a pretty close game for quite a while. But at this point, it seems like foregone conclusion our team's going to win. But this was so much fun. This ship has pretty much everything going for it. Great rate of fire, decent guns. I mean, they're not super hard hitting, but they're decent guns. And you can see that I've got 145 shots on target with the guns. Helped flip one cap. 5 floods out of 12 torpedo strikes. And now a solo cap.
Victory is in sight.
2 kills, and he's definitely coming for me. He definitely wants a piece of me. So I'm gonna just narrow my profile. Try and make it as hard for him as possible to land shots on my ship. And even though he's not spotted, I'm just going to use the mini-map and just try and guess at where he might be. Now I have to admit right here I was thinking, can I get up over 200,000? Because as soon as this guy gets spotted, he's got an Atago and a Sovietsky Soyuz that are going to be, well, they're going to have his broadside, right? So I'm just I'm just hoping to be able to get up over 200,000. I'm so surprised that he decided, maybe he's just damage farming, that he decided to go after the larger ships rather than coming after me again. I should have him detected here any second. There he is. And now, assuming that the other 2 ships don't sink in with AP, my rate of fire will help me, I think, get up over the 200,000. Still kills me that fire's only burned for what, like 5 seconds now on CVs. It's just crazy. And that's going to be about it. Thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it very much. And I'll see you the next time.